Hi, we're North Ronaldsay School. In this video, we're going to bring you through 10 species of cetaceans, which is whales, dolphins and porpoises that we commonly see around Orkney. We'll show you what they look like, where and when you might see them, and also tell you some interesting facts about each one. This is a fin whale. They are the second largest animals in the world. They can be up to 26 metres long. They can weigh up to 90 tons. That's the same as about 142 kilos. Their dorsal fin is small and about 2/3 along the body. The lower jaw is different on each side of their body. On the left side it's dark grey and on the right side it's white. Their baleen is also different. They use the baleens to catch big mouthfuls of krill and other small animals and then filter out the water. When they come to the surface, they breathe out or blow as the head emerges. Their blow can be 10 metres tall. The dorsal fin usually appears after the blow has disappeared. This is where they're seen in Orkney. They're quite rare, but 9 were seen in 2020. The best time to see them is in the autumn.
This is a minke whale. They are the second smallest whale that has baleen instead of teeth. They can be up to 9.8 metres long and weigh up to 9.2 tons. That's the same as 14 cows. The dorsal fin is quite tall and curved and 2/3 along the body. They have bright white armbands on their flippers. When they come to the surface, their pointed head breaks the surface at an angle. They then quickly roll forward and blow, and they don't raise their tail out of the water. They don't come to the surface very often, though they will quite often breach out of the water. This is where they've been seen in Orkney. They are the most common baleen whale we see here. They are seen 41 times in 2020. You can see them all year, but the best time to see them is the summertime.
This is an orca or a killer whale. The males are bigger than the females and have a much taller dorsal fin. The males can be up to 9.8 metres long. The males can weigh up to 10 tons. That's about 15 cows. They don't look like any other whale or dolphin. They're mostly black with a big white eye patch and a grey saddle behind their dorsal fin. When they come to the surface, the tall fin of the male orca can't be confused with anything else. The blow is up to 5 metres tall and shoots slightly forward. Orcas hunt lots of different animals. Sometimes they even hunt blue whales. They do this by working as a group, slamming into the side of the whale as it swims away. They've even been seen hunting great white sharks. Orcas can live for a long time. Females live longer than males. The oldest female was 105 years old. She was nicknamed Granny. They can be seen quite a lot in Orkney. They were seen 65 times in 2020. They can be seen all all year, but the best time to see them is in autumn.
This is a long-fin pilot whale. They can be up to 6.7 meters long and weigh up to 2.3 tons. That's about 4 cows. They have long pectoral fins, which is where they got their name. Their dorsal fin is wide and curved. It's 1/3 of the way from the head. They have a white mark on their tummy that looks like an anchor. When they come up to the surface, they take their time. Their head comes quite high out of the water. Their blow is strong but small. Their tail sometimes shows before a deep dive. When they're resting, they sit in groups on the surface of the water for about half an hour. This is called logging. In some areas, they chase orcas away so they can get more fish. They aren't seen so often in Orkney, but they're usually in big groups, sometimes hundreds. The best time to see them is in summer. This is a Risso's dolphin. They can be up to 4.1 meters long and weigh up to 500 kilograms. That's about the same as a smallish cow or 20 North Ronaldsay sheep. They're covered in scars. They have more scars than any other dolphin. They have a tall dorsal fin, a squarish head, and a tiny beak. When they come to the surface, their eye usually comes above the surface. Their blow is quite small. Their tall dorsal fin is really obvious, and it can be mistaken for female and young killer whales. They may breach out of the water. They get their scars from fighting each other. They also get scars from hunting large squid. They are the cetacean that we see most of in Orkney. In 2020, they were seen 155 times. They can be seen all year, but the best time to see them is the summer.
Next, this is a white-beaked dolphin. They can be up to 3.2 meters long and weigh up to 354 kilograms, which is about 14 North Ronaldsay sheep. They're a mixture of grey, black and white, with dark black patches on their side. In the middle of the black patch is a strip of light grey that is easy to spot. They also have a tall dark dorsal fin and a whitish beak. Moving slowly, their head, back and beak come above the surface. They do a tiny blow, the tall dorsal fin appears and you can see the grey stripe on its side. If travelling fast, they skim over the surface of the water, creating a rooster tail spray. They also love to jump out of the water. One of the ways they hunt is to work together to herd fish to the surface of the water, where it's easier to round them up. These are seen quite a lot in Orkney. 9 groups were seen in 2020. They can be seen all year, but the best time is summer and autumn.
Next is the common dolphin. They can be up to 2.7 meters long and weigh up to 235 kilograms, which is about 9 North Ronaldsay sheep. They have a crisscross pattern on their side, which looks like a big figure of 8. It's yellow at the front and grey at the back. They are dark on top with a white belly and have a long beak. When they come above the surface, they stay low in the water with their beaks skimming the surface and can jump up to 7 meters high and somersault. They're very helpful and help out dolphin friends that are injured. by bringing them to the surface to breathe. They love to bow ride in front of boats and even like to snout ride in front of big whales. Lots of these have been seen in Orkney in the last few years. They were seen 25 times in 2020. They can be seen all year, but the best time to see them is the autumn.
Next is the common bottlenose dolphin. They can be up to 3.7 metres long and weigh up to 635 kilograms, which is about 25 North Ronaldsay sheep. They have a short, stubby beak and a round forehead. They are three-toed. They are darker grey on their back, lighter on the side and whitish underneath. When they come to the surface, if swimming slowly, their beak comes up first. Their head comes up as they do a small blow. You can see their back and dorsal fin a little bit, then they go back under. If swimming fast, they porpoise or swim up and down. One of the ways that they hunt is by fish whacking. They wait for a fish to get close and whack it with their tail, so that it's stunned and easy to catch. They sometimes even catch a fish in mid-air. This is where they're seen in Orkney. They're not super common in Orkney, but will usually be in groups. They were seen twice in 2020. The best time of year to see them is in the summer.
Next, this is a Atlantic white-sided dolphin. They can be up to 2.8 metres long and weigh up to 235 kilograms, which is about 9 North Ronaldsay sheep. They have a very bold colour pattern. They're called white-sided dolphins because of a really bright white patch on their side. They also have a yellow patch on their back. When they come up quite high, and the white and yellow patch can normally be seen at the same time. They really like to jump and do different types of jumps out of the water. They do simple jumps and they do more complicated jumps higher in the air with twists and turns. They aren't seen loads in Orkney, but are usually in groups. There are 2 groups seen in 2020. The best time to see them is the summer.
Finally, the harbour porpoise. They can be up to 1.9 metres long and weigh up to 75 kilograms, which is about the same as 3 North Ronaldsay sheep. They're the only porpoises that we get around Orkney or the UK. They are peaty and shy. They are dark grey on top, grey on the side and white underneath. They have a small triangular dorsal fin and a very small beak. When they come to the surface, they slowly come above the water with a tiny blow and roll forward. It almost looks like the fin is on a wheel. They usually come up 3 or 4 times before diving again. When hunting, they come up a lot higher and faster. Their Latin name means pigfish. Their nickname is puffing pigs because of the sound of their blow. On a calm day, you can hear why. Sometimes grey seals like to hunt them if they can catch them. They're seen lots in Orkney, especially near the coast where they like to live. They were seen 81 times in 2020. They can be seen all year, but the best time to see them is the summer.
Thanks for watching!
We hope you learned something.
Whether you're on a boat or on land, keep an eye on the sea, especially on calm days when it's easier to see cetaceans come up to the surface.
Finally, if you see any cetaceans on Orkney, let Ombre know. You can also join their Facebook page to see all the latest Orkney cetacean sightings.